Welcome to Master 2255 English Phrasal Verbs, complete course with 150 categories for fluency. This course is your ultimate resource for mastering English phrasal verbs. Today, we're exploring the 53rd category, how to talk about conversations using phrasal verbs. These verbs are essential for describing different aspects of discussions, from casual chats to important dialogues. Let's begin. First, let's start with bring up. This phrasal verb means to introduce a topic in a conversation. For example, she brought up the idea of going on a group trip, or he brought up an important point during the meeting. Next is speak up. This refers to speaking louder or expressing your opinion confidently. You might say, "Could you speak up? I can't hear you," or "It's important to speak up if something bothers you." Talk over describes discussing something thoroughly, often to make a decision. For instance, they talked over the proposal before signing the agreement, or "Let's talk over your plans for the weekend." Call back means to return a phone call. You could say, "I missed your call. Can I call you back later?" Or, "She called back the client after checking the schedule." Chat up is an informal way to describe starting a conversation, often to be friendly or flirtatious. For example, he chatted up the new coworker during lunch, or she loves chatting up strangers at social events. Breakdown refers to explaining something in simpler terms or analyzing details. You might hear, "Let me break down the process for you," or "She broke down the situation step by step." Get across means to communicate your point effectively. For instance, he struggled to get his message across during the presentation, or she got across the importance of teamwork. Cut off describes interrupting someone while they're speaking. You could say, "I was trying to explain, but he kept cutting me off," or "Their conversation was cut off by a bad connection." Catch up with refers to updating someone on recent events or re-establishing contact. For example, "Let's catch up with each other over coffee soon," or "He's catching up with an old friend this evening." Hold back means to restrain yourself from saying something. You might hear, "She held back her thoughts to avoid conflict," or "Don't hold back. Share your ideas with the team." Run through describes reviewing or rehearsing something briefly. For instance, "Can we run through the main points of the meeting again?" Or "She ran through her speech one last time." Check-in means to touch base or see how someone is doing. You could say, "I just wanted to check in and see how things are going," or "He checked in with his boss about the project." Speak out refers to expressing your opinion publicly, especially on controversial issues. For example, "She spoke out against the unfair policy," or "He's not afraid to speak out during meetings." Talk down to describe speaking to someone in a condescending or patronizing way. You might hear, "Don't talk down to your colleagues. They're just as capable as you," or "He felt insulted when she talked down to him." Finally, get through to means to successfully convey your point or make someone understand. For instance, "I tried to explain, but I couldn't get through to him," or "She finally got through to her team about the urgency of the task." These phrasal verbs are perfect for describing and enhancing your conversations in English. Practice using them in your discussions and interactions, and they'll quickly become part of your everyday vocabulary. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.